That's how we have to be about our goals. If you really want to see something come to fruition, you do until you demonstrate. Great quote by Ernest Holmes. Do until you demonstrate. We don't stop until we see the results. We don't stop until we see the change in our condition. And if you still ain't seeing the change, then maybe go rework your plan. Go pick up some more tools. Go surround yourself with even more impressive, powerful, motivating, inspiring people. Keep surrounding yourself with things that you need in order to keep you moving forward until you get to where you want to get to. It may take you 2 months, it may take you 2 years, it may take you 20 years. Do until you demonstrate. That's when you know you've done it all.
Nobody's being delivered from anything. God ain't doing nothing for nobody right now. Then, gee, I wonder why. Because these folks are just making noise.
Oh man. Look, are you familiar with our soul sister, China Fox? It's a young lady that calls herself China Fox. I don't know if that's her real name or not. It might be. I don't know. I'm just growing familiar with Sister China. I've watched a few of her videos, and very intelligent young lady, like many of you. Many of you are very intelligent. You have a lot of wisdom. You have a lot going on. You are a far cry from where we were some years back. I have to give it to you. But y'all not quite there, because you live in this society, and you are all, and whether you believe it or not, you are influenced by Jesus and Allah and all this other stuff that's floating around here. And that's not a good thing when we allow ourselves to be influenced by these rigid thinking systems, and we really don't think about what we're doing. We just do stuff. If you ask people, why are you doing what you do? I knew it. Every time I try to do a video, phone starts ringing. That threw me off. If you ask people, why do they do what they do? Why do you think the way that you think? Many people can't come up with an answer, because, like I say, we were forced to go to church as a child. I mean, before we can even walk good, they taking us to church. So many of these things is beyond our control. So, and I don't know, and we don't know what this church thing is about. It's just only thing I know is your parents grabbed you and they take you to church. What it's really all about, we don't know. And once we go through that, just like myself, I was raised in the Christian church, and later I converted myself to Islam. And right now, I reject all spiritual, religious belief systems. I don't advocate that at all. I have nothing to do with it. But the church is still in me. But Islam is still in me. It's just part of me. So it has become a part of my whole being, and there's nothing I can do about it. So this culture, this society influence our behaviors and our thinking process, because we come into this world not knowing nothing. So many of you talk about, I think for myself. No, yeah, you think for yourself to a certain point, but you are influenced by thoughts and thinking that was here before you got here. You and our brains, we was a clean slate. So you are directed and you are influenced by something in this world. So, I was intrigued, I guess you might say, by our sister China. I was watching her videos, and I'm trying to learn who Sister China Fox is. I'm trying to learn Cynthia G, some of these new people. I can't keep up with all these folks. And they all over the place. I'm looking at these videos, and it's a good effort, but they really all over the place, and they're really not connected. But that's another video, and we will explain that. But I sent Sister China Fox a friend request. She don't know who I am. I guess she just accepts friend requests. So she accepted my friend request. And I would comment on some of her posts. And then I was watching one of her videos, and she was talking about this little dude. I'm like, okay. and I watched this little dude, but so when you said dude, this little dude, you're expecting a male, right? You're expecting a boy, a man, the male gender. So I'm looking at the video, and all I could see was this big puff of hair in the back running around. And I'm like, well, where's the little dude? Because I thought this child was a little girl. Then as I watched the video, I come to find out that this child was actually a little boy. A little boy with some kind of puff in his hair. Look, and I thought the child was a little girl. So I made a comment to China Fox, Sister China Fox, and I said, why are you sisters doing this? Why are you having these boys and you're putting these ponytails? They actually are putting ponytails in these little boys' hair and these puffs. And if you put these little boys with little girls, you can't tell the difference. Then China Fox actually wanted to get angry at me because I did not know, I guess that's her son, was actually, I thought her son was a little girl, actually a little boy. I have people in my family that do the same thing to these little boys. Just because these little boys have long hair, these women treat these little boys like little girls and put plaits and braids and ponytails. Now, it's according to what society that you are in. In certain societies, I guess you can put a puff in a little boy's hair, braid it all up and whatever. But this is America. This is America, and I don't care where you come from. You know, that's just not a general look for men. Men don't go around with puffs in their hair and braids and ponytails. They don't do that. When I was growing up, you was called a little sissy. And if your mother did you like that, there's nothing that you could do except cry because you were getting made mockery of. But see, on this issue, unfortunately, I would have to agree with a lot of these guys that talk about these sisters who, what's the word, who feminize our young men. I would have to agree. If you want your child to be a boy and you want that boy to grow up to be a man, why are you, from the very inception, the very beginning of this child's life, making this child look like a little girl? I was watching one of my relatives, and this little boy was in a picture surrounded by little girls, and I didn't know who he was. He looked like the little girls. So if you're a little boy and they dress you, you do your hair like a little girl, and you surrounded by little girls all the time, what you think might happen to that child as that child begins to grow? Then you act like you shocked if this child is gender confused because you're told that you're a little boy and you're supposed to grow into a man, but you're treated like a little girl. So she's gonna get angry at me, and I don't know if she blocked me. I don't know how, or she just removed the comment or whatever. Her response to me was, "You are ignorant. Plaits, braids, ponytails on boys don't have a gender. You're ignorant." That's the most stupid comment I ever heard, she told me. And I told her, I said, yes, you're right. I am ignorant. I'm ignorant that a woman who is raising a boy wants to play with her little boy like he's a little girl. Then you want to get upset when your little boy turns out funny, gender confused. Yes, I am ignorant. Ignorant only means lack of knowledge. I don't have the knowledge. Please bring me some understanding of how, if you treat a little boy, dress a little boy up like a little girl, treat a boy like a little girl, how that boy is going to grow up to be some kind of strong man? Yes, I'm ignorant. So teach me. Show me how this is supposed to happen. Yes, I'm ignorant when it comes to this. Now, there are some of you who will say, well, you know, in ancient times, and there are tribes. I'm not talking about ancient times. I'm not talking about tribes. I'm talking about the good old USA. When I was growing up, that was sissified to have your hair plaited, ponytails and braids all in your hair. Puff balls. Who are you, Bozo the Clown? With these puff balls all on your hair? The closest thing that was acceptable on a man or a male when I was growing up was the big afro. And it wasn't a puff. Now you had some brothers that did do the little puff, but that was very rare because that was viewed, you was a little sissy. So I just wanted to get that off my shoulder. Are y'all accepting this? Is this the norm? Because if this is the norm, if these women are raising our boys the way they would do girls, then are you shocked? Then I have no choice but to agree with some of these guys that hate women. I have to agree with what they're talking about on this point. You cannot nurture a young boy by treating that young boy like he's a little girl. What's wrong with the ponytail? What's wrong with the plaits? What's wrong with the puff? What's wrong with it is you are confusing the identity of that child, because that male child is looking at the plaits and the puff in the back of his head, but at the same time he also sees this on girls. So what am I? Am I black or white? Am I a boy or a girl? This is a question that this young boy should not even have to ask. If he's a boy, treat him like a boy. If she's a little girl, treat her like a little girl. Otherwise, you got confusion, and then you sit around on your backside and you wonder, what happened? I want to send a message to that sister Cynthia G. Again, a disclaimer. I don't really know a whole lot about Cynthia G. I'm learning a little bit about Sister Cynthia G. I've only watched a couple of minutes of her videos. I really don't know. It's too many new folks on the plantation here. It's too many for me to keep up with. I can't keep up with all these new faces. I've been here since 2007. So all these people are new. I can't keep up with all y'all folks. And this is not to say y'all ain't smart, but you're lacking a little something. Let me show you how black conscience goes wrong sometimes. All that blackity black thinking you so black stuff. Because a lot of this don't make any sense. Now check this out. Check this out. Cynthia G and a whole lot of y'all, I don't like race mixing. I don't like interracial relationships and all that type of thing. All right, okay, cool. It's all cool. Now check this out. Now, if you were expecting me, because of the title of this video, to expose Cynthia G because she's in a relationship with some white man or maybe a white woman, then you can go ahead and cut the video off, because that's not what this is about. Bye-bye. See you later. Now, those clowns are gone. Let's continue our talk. Now, check this out. You are against race mixing. You are against interracial relationships. Okay. Look at him. Interracial. The first word, inter. When you look at that word, it's that's the prefix. Interracial. Like intermix. It's the prefix. Intertwine. Intertwine means it's coming together, it's connecting, it's joining together. Interface is a joining together. Wow. So whenever we see the word, the prefix inter, we know that something is joining together, coming together, mixing. All right? Cool. In this society, what has mixed? What has come together? The races. Interracial. In this society, we are different races put in different categories called race. And we would be considered black, and other people would be black, white and yellow and red. And when they come together, that would be interracial. Interracial would be more than just black and white. But of course, that's the most popular. But interracial can just be the intermixing of a race, of the races. We are born and we live in a race, in a nation that thrives and develop a concept called race, racial mixing. Okay, now check this out. You are against it. Cynthia, no. I would not date a white man. No. I'm just against interracial relationships. No. You got a serious problem. You know why? Because we were born into an interracial relationship. What you mean, brother? Oh, glory, have glory. Brother, what you talking about? Are you going to break it down? Yes, I am. We got to look at this from all sides, because some of y'all self-righteous. I don't like interracial relationships. Well, I'm sorry to tell ya that you was born into an interracial relationship. Just the fact that black and white is together is an interracial relationship. See, when y'all think about interracial relationship, y'all thinking about sex. It ain't always about sex. Interracial relationship don't necessarily mean sex. I know y'all love sex and y'all want sex and y'all obsessed with sex, but that ain't all what it's interracial relationship. You was born into an interracial relationship. One was a massa and the other one was a slave. Interracial relationship. They came together. It wasn't a good relationship, but it was an interracial relationship. The slave being black and the slave massa being white. Interracial relationship. We have always had that type of relationship, an interracial relationship. But Cynthia G says she don't like an interracial relationship, but she was born into it. So what you gonna do about it? You don't have to date a white man to have an interracial relationship. You don't have to date a white woman to have an interracial relationship. You was born into it. And then many of us, we just do what comes to us because we was born into it anyway. So the slave master slept with the black slave and the slave slept with the white massa. That's always have been an interracial relationship. They always was intertwined. They always come together by force, not due to love, but nowadays it's due to love, y'all say. But no, this was a forced relationship and it's not real. It's an unnatural relationship. That's why it's a interracial relationship, because that's unnatural too. That's a concept that was developed by racists, and even Cynthia G will bear witness to that. Interracial relationship. It don't have to be good, it don't have to be bad, but it's still an interracial relationship because that's what we was born into, and we live every day under the concept of race. That's why y'all call yourself black people, or you refer to yourself in some form to race. Black and even melanin, it still refers to the concept of race that your slave master gave you. Interracial relationship. Then you got to look at Cynthia G herself. Sister Cynthia G. Cynthia G. Oh, man. I think Cynthia G is a beautiful sister. I think all y'all sisters is cute in your own ways. But look, Cynthia G said, no, I don't like no interracial relationship. And now she thinks, oh, see, here we go. I knew this brother was going to do it. They always do it. This brother going to talk about my weave. This brother going to talk about my makeup. I knew it wasn't going to last. They always do that. No, I'm going to stay on point. I'm going to stay on the subject. Cynthia G, my soul sister. Now, look here. I am going to talk about your weave. I'm going to talk about your makeup, but in a different manner, sister. See, look. Why? If you so blackity black, sister, if you so Afrocentric, if whatever you want to call yourself, you love black so much, why would you, I mean, it's your prerogative. I don't care. Personally, sister, I don't care. But you becoming hypocritical and you coming off a little fake being blackity black and you so against interracial relationship, but you've decided, come on, church, but Cynthia G has decided, well, what did she decide to do, my brother? She decided to look like a white woman. What? Yes, she decided to look like a white woman. See, it's all right to wear makeup, Cynthia G. No problem with that. It's all right to wear a weave, Cynthia G. But you wearing the weave like that of a Caucasian woman. And you're wearing your lipstick and your whole style and everything you are, the way you look. You're not looking like a woman from the African continent. They wear makeup and some of them even might have some type of hair dress that you could call a weave. Or from the islands, you're not dressing that kind of manner. You are dressing in the manner that you, in the custom that you were born into, that of an interracial relationship, and the only woman that you know that is a symbol of beauty is the Caucasian woman. And that's why you look like one, because Cynthia G, gee whiz, Cynthia G, you are in an interracial relationship. So if you slept and decided to sleep with a white man or maybe a white woman, it would not be a shock because you was born into an interracial relationship. So it's the norm. And then we talk about, I'm also against integration. Integration was one of the worst things that happened to the black community. I got a surprise for you. I got something that should open up your mind. You always lived in integration. The slave master and the slave always lived in an integrated society. We never have been separate from, even during Jim Crow. As long as you're part of this society, you integrate, you're part of this society. Because you were born into an interracial society together. So you never was separate. Well, it was better than Jim. No, you were just separated a little bit. But when it's all said and done, you were born and we are part of an integrated society of race, an interracial society, an interracial nation. Of course, we were denied justice and we have been denied being treated fair, and all that, but still, it's an interracial, integrationist society. That's why Cynthia G has no problem. She wants to justify wearing weaves that copy the white woman and the way you wear the makeup to copy the Caucasian woman. But you're so blackity black, but you're not copying even these women. They are copying the beauty and the style of the slave master's wife, the slave master's girl. That's what you copy because it's an integration society. And the Caucasian woman is your symbol of beauty, integration, when you are involved into relationship society. You know why? Because you want to attract the white man. You want to attract the white woman. You want to be part of this. Now, in conclusion, for those on their high horse talking all this black stuff, there are thousands from Guatemala at the border trying to get into this country. If you want to separate and go do your own thing, many of them don't have a dime in their pocket. They walk 2,000 miles. Why don't you, Cynthia G, put on a new weave? I'm not trying to be funny, but get out in the hot sun and y'all walk to Africa or to Haiti, wherever you want to go, and separate and do your blackity black thing, and everything is all black. But no, you are comfortable in an interracial society with you are indirectly sleeping with the white man and the white woman. So you're not no better than the person that you call Grandma Swirl or any of these other persons that you make mockery. You ain't no damn different. You are right here living with the white man in his bed just like everybody else is. But in the meantime, since y'all are here, come on, don't be shy. Come on, don't be like that. I ain't gonna bite. Come on now, come on. Okay, here we go. Hey, look. I was I'm subscribed to our young brother Ben X, brother Ben X, and I think brother Ben X might be subscribed to one of the Reality's Temple channels. I don't really know, but I want to say that I really admire young brother Ben. He has a good heart, and he works very hard, and he's very smart, very intelligent young man. And I know, and I don't take offense for many of the things that he's said about me in the past, because I know that he has been severely brainwashed and misguided. So, with all due respect, sort of mentally ill. And see, when you are mentally ill, you're not responsible for your actions. So, I don't take nothing that brother Ben X say personal. Even though, brother Ben, you sort of say things behind people's back. You say, I'm not going to mention no names. And you say, I don't have nothing to do with that. But brother Ben will make a video and mention you. And people know who you're talking about. See, don't be slick like that, brother Ben. If you really don't want nothing to do with somebody and whatever, don't talk about, I'm not going to mention no names, because chances are your audience know who you're talking about. And just because you don't put their name in the title of your video and you don't mention their name, come on now. If you really are what you're talking about, don't make a mention. Just like you always said, just do you. Right? Okay. But what brings me to these few minutes, I was, in fact, brother Ben was live when I caught this live stream. And brother Ben seemed he seemed so sad the way he was talking. I didn't see the energy that brother Ben usually have and the confidence. He seemed sort of tired, And I want to say to brother Ben X, and I want to say again, with all due respect to all of you who are followers of this man, this brother called Louis Farrakhan, you're going to be tired. And you're going to feel this way for a long, long time, because it's not your fault. But just like myself, we have been deceived. We have been misguided by this brother. In fact, should we even call him a brother? Or, sometimes people don't even know what they're doing. Maybe Louis Farrakhan really believes in the things that he says and the things that he does, but also at the same time, because we failed to check our leaders, they develop bad character. And you put them in a position where they can do no wrong. So now you have created this monster. And now this monster is out of control. And this monster, instead of a benefit to soul brothers and sisters in this nation, he now has become a detriment. And now it's clear that he's only looking out for himself and don't care nothing about you, Brother Ben, or those who follow, only himself and those who are closely associated with this man. This man would not even, Brother Ben met this man 2 times, and this man would not stand up and greet Brother Ben in the proper manner that we were taught in the Nation of Islam. And that is, you stand. The FOI, you salute your commander-in-chief, and you wait for him to reach out his hand. He salutes back. You wait till he reach out his hand. You shake your brother's hand, give the embrace, assalamu alaikum. And this man would not stand for Brother Ben, and Brother Ben met this man 2 times. It seems as though Brother Ben X is so tired. He's tired from the pressure of defending his leader, Minister Louis Farrakhan. And you're going to be doing that for a long time, because that's how Minister Louis Farrakhan is going to leave you. Always on the defense. Not like a long time ago, the Nation of Islam, even when I was a part of the Nation of Islam under Farrakhan, we were always on the offense. But now, brothers and sisters, you who are in the Nation of Islam, now you find yourselves on the defense. And that is because since the rebuilding process, Louis Farrakhan has just gone overboard. He's taken the Nation of Islam and those who really know the teachings. He has taken the Nation of Islam in a direction. Anyone who has any type of common sense knows the Honorable Elijah Muhammad did not want the nation to go. And even if he did want it to go in that direction, it's too soon. So Brother Ben X would say, why y'all keep talking about the Nation of Islam, blaming Minister Farrakhan for this or that? Why don't y'all just do y'all thing? I asked Brother Ben, why don't the Nation of Islam, why don't Louis Farrakhan help those who help them or him? Why don't you help those who help you? If I am standing before you and you know that I gave 7 to 9 years of service, selling bean pies and final calls and power products or whatever we needed to do, I helped you for 9 years. Why don't you help me? But there is no help. This shows that you are a person and an organization of bad character. But you will help those who never help you just because they have a form and you can get praise, which is nothing. But you won't help your brother that was willing to stand in front of your body, willing to take a bullet, but you won't do that. This shows bad character. You want to defend everything Louis Farrakhan does. Everything Louis Farrakhan does is right. It's gotten to the point, Brother Ben, it's gotten to the point, Maurice Muhammad, it's gotten to the point, all of you who wish Wesley Muhammad and Nuri Muhammad, it's gotten to the point, you cannot defend your Nation of Islam under Louis Farrakhan. I just released a video and I gave my testimony that Louis Farrakhan would not, after 35 years or longer service, he made no attempt to recognize my uncle. And then another brother was testifying to the same thing. Then another brother, Brother Lance Shabazz, told us of a sister who only wanted to hear his voice for the last time, and Minister Farrakhan made no attempt to comfort, since he's supposed to be the comforter, but he will not make no attempt to comfort his own believers. My uncle, the brother that Brother Daniel was speaking of, and the sister that Brother Lance Shabazz was talking about. 3 testimonies. You calling us a lie And you know we're not lying, but you're so caught up in personality. And this personality makes you support bad character. You out here defending Scientology. There's a video that clearly shows that Louis Farrakhan embraced Caucasian people. Caucasian people are in the Nation of Islam. But yet you call Caucasian people devils. And there are Asians and there are Mexicans or Hispanics. This is what Louis Farrakhan said out of his own mouth. He should know who's in his organization, but there are those who don't believe there are Caucasian, pink FOI and MGT. They believe that the pictures are fake, and they are not fake. Why don't you just be quiet? Why don't people just leave the Nation of Islam alone? Nobody can leave the Nation of Islam alone. You are taking resources and you are taking support that somebody that is really doing something could be using those resources to benefit the black community. Over 40 years of so-called work. And the Nation of Islam under Farrakhan has nothing. You can do work, but you know when they have a recall, that's work, but that work has been recalled. It's incompetent work. And yes, Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam has done some work, but it's little work and it's incompetent. That's why you have had millions and millions of dollars, but don't have nothing to show that you had that type of money flow. I really respect Brother Ben. I respect all those brothers and sisters. Hey, Sister Pamela. I love Sister Pamela Muhammad. She has such a good heart. And there are so many of you that are really beautiful people, but we're not, those of us who are speaking out, we're not speaking out because of hate or jealousy or anger or envy or things of that nature. It's going nowhere. You're blinded by the hype, by the celebrity. Every time you turn around, Minister Farrakhan is talking about P. Diddy or Mary J. Blige or Snoop Dogg. Elijah Muhammad did not do that. The celebrity is God. Why must you surround yourself and always out of your mouth, Ariana Grande? You got to talk about R. Kelly. Elijah Muhammad did not do that because the celebrity is God. The celebrity is the mission. Feel good rhetoric. Louis Farrakhan has been talking about how God is going to punish America. And just recently we talk about the wildfires in California. How is it changed your condition as a black man, as a soul brother and sister in America? No. How many snowstorms, how many earthquakes has this nation had since the coming of Fard Muhammad, July 4th, 1930? Your condition has not changed. You're still the same. You're still looking in the sky, waiting on Messenger Elijah Muhammad to come out of the clouds on the mother plane. It's not going to happen. You're on a road to nowhere. And so it is the mercy of a God that somebody will come out so that you can take your resources and you can take your sincere energy and put it in another place, because it's not going nowhere. It has not gone nowhere, Brother Ben, in 40 years. Don't make a mistake like so many of us done. You wake up, you're 18 years old and you're doing this so-called work. Then you're 30 and 40, 50 years old and you have nothing to show for it. Ask the believers, really, what do they have to show for 40 years of work? They have nothing. Begging Jews talk about boycotting Netflix. I thought the Jews don't like you, but you begging Jews to be on Netflix and YouTube and Facebook and all this kind of good stuff. Something is funny about that. That you have a war with Jews, but they allow you to use their platform. And that don't make any sense. up? What up? What up? What up? Angel Snub 7 in the house, and we ain't live. This is a pre-recorded message. Oh man, what's up, my soul sister Annex? No, we's not live right now. This is a pre-recorded message. I'm Angel Snub 7. This is the Reality Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am also your soul brother, number 1. Okay, what we want to talk about real quick. Well, today is Veterans Day. Now, I could do one of those, something that grinds my gears, because you have a lot of black people who wear the uniform of the nation that enslaved your ancestors, that lynched, brutalized, discriminate, and the list goes on and on, continue to oppress you to this day, even in the military itself. And you really are proud to say that you served in the United States military. Look, they almost got me. When I was 18 years old, you were poor, you don't have no money, you don't have nothing going on, and maybe you're not that smart. Many of us, we end up in the military, but it's not because of we're loyal and patriotic. It's because of economic circumstance. And they know this. So my uncles, many of my male relatives, they end up in the service because that's the only way they feel as though you're going to get any type of opportunity. They almost got me. The only thing I needed to do was say that oath crap. But I decided at the last minute, I ain't doing it at the last minute. But I understand, but so many of us, because of lack of opportunity, and it's set up that way that you feel as though you don't have a choice, knowing, and many of us, we know that this nation has not been good to us, but you're willing to go to the service because it's a matter of, I guess, life or death. You can't make it. Do you know what I did? Instead of going to the service, I picked up cans. I sold newspapers. I washed dishes. And then I went to truck driving school. I refused to go fight and sacrifice my life, put my life in danger for my slave master. Many of y'all have done that. Many of y'all have done that, including this black Muslim running around here calling somebody Coons and Uncle Tom, but he actually was in the military willing to give his life for the slave master. You gonna call me a coon, but I washed dishes, I picked up cans, I did whatever I had to do to keep myself out of my oppressor's military. But you, sir, and many of you talking all this pro-black stuff, at one time, you was in the military willing to give your life for your massa. And some of them did give their life for this racist nation that don't give a damn about you back in the day, and they don't give a care about us right now. You done that. So you, sir, all of these people running around here, you Uncle Tom, you a coon. So what about your military background? You just gonna skip that, right? You willing to kill for your massa. I don't have that in my background. Now, I also want to say very quickly, and that's a subject in and of itself. And these people actually want praise. You're gonna go fight for a nation that has done so much evil to your own people, And these folks actually get upset because you won't give them any praise. Oh, you very, very sick. Now check this out. I'm gonna say this, and I'm already 5,000. Y'all have a nice, peaceful Veterans Day if you can. My day is gonna be busy. I don't have a holiday. I don't care nothing about Veterans Day. Oh, and I'm very, very happy I'm not a veteran. Oh, but you so pro-black. You so, I love my people. I do this for my people. So when you was in the military, you do know if you do know if your master told you to shoot your people, to harass and oppress your people, you know you would have done that, because as a soldier, you're going to follow orders with your... So fake. They forget what they have done. But I want to say this in conclusion real quick, because I didn't want to make this long. But yeah, there are those who, now if you look at their channel, they struggling with views, they struggling with subscribers. Then all of a sudden, they start getting 500 views, 1,000 views. All these people in the chat room, where all these people come from? You wasn't doing nothing. See, there's a thing that some of y'all may not know. You can buy subscribers. You can buy people that will go into your chat room. You can buy views. Listen, many of your big shot YouTubers, Tommy Sotomayor, The Advice Show, Sonetta TV, Cynthia G, China Fox, a lot of these people, even Ben X, a lot of these people. Now let's give people credit. It's not to say that they did not have a lot of people following them, but you make yourself bigger than what you really are because you can buy subscribers, you can buy views, you can buy people that will come in your chat room and actually talk. So what I'm saying, like our, what's that, the fake Mississippi campaign? The fake Mississippi campaign, I can guarantee you that this person has bought views, bought subs, and bought people that will come into the chat room because they need to prove that they are better or doing something greater than the real Mississippi campaign, Operation Exodus Mississippi. Because you don't go from 10 subscribers, all of a sudden you got 1,000 overnight. That's what has happened on the fake Mississippi campaign. You don't do that. I guarantee you they have spent a little, not a lot of money, but they have bought just enough to make it look like they are really just overnight, all of a sudden, all these subscribers and views. You can buy that. Now, look, I want you to understand something. Because of flagging, I cannot have one channel. So I have maybe 4 channels or whatever, 5 or whatever. And if you put all my channels together, I have about 5,000 subscribers. So that put me, that put me sort of like in the big leagues. And the subscribers is growing little by little. I do not buy subscribers. I do not buy views. I do not buy people to put them in the chat room. Everything you see here is real. If I have only 1 subscriber, that subscriber is going to be real. I don't do that. I refuse to do that. On my Facebook page, The Reality's Temple has about 600 likes. I have another page on Facebook called Black Power Information Center. That page has 12,000 likes. So don't think that Angel Snubbing Up 7, because you don't see a whole lot of subscribers, a whole lot of views, don't think I'm not in the game. There's a reason why people respond to me the way that they do. They just don't. They would rather ignore me because everything coming to me is real. It's not real with them. I refuse to buy subscribers, people in the chat room, and views. I'm not going to do that. I would rather have one subscriber, Sister Ann X. With that said, that's all I wanted to bring out this morning. Enjoy your holiday. Masa let us have a holiday. Wow. Go be with your family. Go be with your friends. Go be with your dog Spot. Whatever you want to do on the holiday. And I will catch y'all on the flip-flop. On the next go round. For real. All my views is real. Everything about this channel is real. Ain't that right, Terry? And I met Terry for real. In person. I kissed Terry's hand. So I sort of know Terry. And I got some other stuff. Me and Invo, we trying to get to know each other. Beautiful, beautiful ladies. Anyway, yeah. I'm already 5,000. Y'all have a safe and peaceful Veterans Day. As Don Cornelius always said, I wish us love, peace, and soul.
Who we are, no, can't come back. There's no sad, there's no jealous, there's no can't come back. There's no jealous, there's no ego, no insecure, can't come back. Had a friend in desperate need of a little attention, compassion, you say. Did I mention that friend was me? Who's